It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield-Greene County Park Board, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Howdy, howdy. It's Tuesday, and we're moving through the week. Hope you had a good Monday, because Mondays matter. You want to have a good Monday if you can. So we are thrilled to be with you. Thanks for being with us, and we'll start with news.
All right, here's a look in just 2 weeks from today. 2 weeks from today. That's hard to believe. It is
crazy, yeah.
Election Tuesday, November 5th. The majority of the voters, of course, cast their ballot on that date. But right now, starting now, today, is early voting. No excuse absentee voting is what it's called, to be exact. In Greene County, there are two locations, the Election Center on North Boonville and the Library Center on South Campbell. For the next 2 weeks, registered voters can go do the early voting without having to give an excuse as to why they can't be there on Election Day.
Yeah, I did that. What was it? A couple years ago, maybe I did that.
I
on
know.
Boonville.
I'm not a fan.
Remember when I did it on Boonville, and I ended
at
up
the Election Center. Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up standing in line longer there early than I would have at my polling place on Election Day. Now,
Well, of course, because everybody's going there.
that wasn't a right. There's one spot, or there's two spots actually, but yeah, there's a bottleneck, or can be. I don't know, but
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. You know what? You know when the election is years in advance. You know what I mean? Like, this
make it happen.
is a republic. Make it happen.
Yeah,
Make it happen.
I agree. I'm with you.
All right, heads up on the road this morning. A busy one in Springfield is partially closed. Campbell Avenue is closed just south of Walnut Lawn until about 11:30 this morning. So try to avoid that area if you can.
Yeah, that area gets busy when it's open.
Wait, south of Walnut. I said Walnut Lawn. I didn't mean Walnut Lawn.
Walnut, yeah.
South of Walnut. Different road altogether. There you go.
Yeah. Fire destroyed a historic warehouse late Sunday night in Lebanon, and now what's left of it is being torn down quickly because it's a safety hazard. It's a brick building. The original H.D. Lee Company facility was listed on the National Register of Historic Places, and now it's gone. Built in 1924, just turned 100 years old this year. Firefighters fought the blaze for about 7 hours overnight. Finally got it out, but that's because everything was burned up, unfortunately. It had been vacant for several years, but it's now a pile of rubble, or becoming that this morning.
Yeah.
The project to bring Jordan Valley Creek back to the surface is expected to start in just a couple of months. We've been talking about it for quite a while now. Last night, the city of Springfield held an informational meeting about the plans for that. The project will bring Jordan Valley Creek back to the surface. Right now, you may not know this, but it's underground near downtown Springfield. They covered it up many years ago, thinking that was the best way to go. Now they want to uncover it, if you will, and bring some green space to the area around the creek, park-like areas. So it should be pretty nice, but the process, just like anything else, is going to be difficult while we go through it. There are going to be road closures over the 2 years until it's completed when the work begins in December. So get ready for that. Some people got some firsthand information about it last night, though.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. When it's finished, it's going to be
nice.
super cool. Yeah. The Missouri Department of Conservation is warning about a couple things. One of them, sandy flesh disease in fish. That sounds terrible. The disease was only discovered once in Missouri back in 2019 at Table Rock Lake, but it was just found in Bull Shoals in Arkansas. It has been found in walleye and in yellow perch.
And they don't think it's transmissible to humans, but still, you don't want to eat it, and you want to contact the Department of Conservation if you come across it.
Sandy flesh disease. So if you're a fisherman, you're going to have to Google that and know what you're looking for, I guess.
I was reading about it. It looks like freezer burned fish. It looks like when you cut the fish and you get the fillet, it looks like it's freezer burned.
That's interesting.
So, yeah.
Okay. The other concern is a strange worm that is invasive and very difficult to kill. It is called the hammerhead worm, and it's showing up in our area. Now, the way to kill it is to put it in plastic bag with vinegar or rubbing alcohol. It is described as a voracious top-level predator that will eat anything in its path.
I know. That's an actual quote, which sounds very scary.
It does. Primarily, it eats native earthworms and harms soil.
Yeah, it's no good.
And get this, apparently cutting it up will not kill it. It will regenerate the pieces, creating even more of them.
That is awful.
That sounds demonic.
Each piece becomes its own worm is what happens.
But seriously.
That's freaky.
You know, what I'm thinking is like, they leave and then they come back sevenfold if you're not careful
I don't want any part of that.
Me neither. Sorry. We digress. The hammerhead worm. Sounds terrible.
What's that thing I got that's eating up my yard? Oh, an armadillo. Maybe you think, what are the odds that the armadillo is eating those in our front yard and doing us a massive favor that we don't even know about?
It could happen. It could. So the armadillo that Ethan has been trying to kill is actually
brutal.
It's been really good for our flower bed. Our flower bed looks better than it's ever looked.
Well, the mulch.
Because it really has like
it mixed softened
up the ground. Yes, it's like mixed up the mulch, kind of softened the ground a little bit. And I know that it's not good, but I'm like, maybe we could leave it.
It has done a nice job on the mulch. I'll give it that. But the holes in the backyard and under the bushes. Did you look in the front under the bushes? It might be living under our bushes because there's a deep hole there.
Well, yeah, my dog, our dog, but the one that I claim for my own, often buries her head in that bush, and it makes me wonder.
No, that's a lizard that she's after.
I don't know.
But this is the armadillo. There's two spots. One under the hose, the box that houses the hose. There's a hole there, and then under the bushes, right next to that, there's another like deep hole. And I think it's living there. So I need some help on how to get rid of this thing now that it's made our mulch look nicer. Hey, we're getting close to Christmas. I don't know if you've thought about that, but if you go into any store these days, you'll see Christmas trees and Christmas decorations up. It's beyond me. It's 9 weeks away now. Christmas is just about a little bit more. National Retail Federation is predicting record sales during this holiday shopping season.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. And here's the thing. We're going to spend more money, but I don't know if we're going to get more stuff for that. You know what I mean? Because of inflation.
Yeah.
Everything costs more. So that's obviously we're going to spend more. I just don't know if we'll get our money's worth out of that. Like
interesting.
We did last year, a couple years ago. Anyway, for what it's worth, I think Americans will spend $990 billion from November 1st through December 31st. That is up 3.5% over last year.
It's quite a sizable jump.
About the size what inflation is doing. So, boy, everything costs more. It's insane.
Food is the problem.
It's everything. It's everything.
I mean, it is everything, but I guess I don't notice it on some of the other stuff because we don't buy much of it. We're not big shoppers, but food, we do eat a lot of that.
I do eat. Springfield has a new adult daycare facility for those suffering from Alzheimer's disease or dementia. It's located at a home. It's a home deal. Located on South LaFontaine Avenue. South LaFontaine Avenue in Springfield. It's called Beacon of Light. Dementia Daycare comes from two women with more than 20 years of experience in Alzheimer's type healthcare, and
that's amazing.
Those sorts of facilities are really needed as more and more people deal with Alzheimer's disease. I remember in my hometown of Collinsville, Illinois, my mom was the very first patient, I guess, at the client at the adult daycare in Collinsville. So She was the first, and it really was a big help to my dad, who was caring for her at the time. Gave him a break, and they play games, and they try to do things to jog your mind, and they do a great job. So
Yeah.
if you know someone, it's called, what is it called again? You can look it up. Hold on, I just lost it. Did I have it? Oh, there it is. It is called
just at a home on South
Beacon of
LaFontaine
Light
Avenue. Yeah, Beacon of Light Dementia Care.
Yeah, Beacon of Light. The city of Ebenezer is celebrating its reopened 100-year-old schoolhouse. That's cool. The one-room schoolhouse now available to rent for meetings and events if you're there in Ebenezer or would like to go to Ebenezer. The Ebenezer Historical Society has spent the last 4 years renovating the schoolhouse. So
that's
good
cool.
for them. Yeah.
Branson has a new home for its Vietnam Veterans Wall. It will be set up at Fire Station number 4 on Champaign Boulevard for the next several months. Then it will move to Branson's new police department when it is completed about a year from now. The wall is half the size of the original Vietnam Memorial Wall in D.C., and it includes the names of more than 58,000 soldiers who gave their lives in the Vietnam War. It is moving.
Yeah,
if you've not seen it, I've not seen that one. I have seen the one in DC, and wow.
It's powerful.
It is powerful.
It is very, very powerful.
Terribly emotional. So
it is. And Branson has the big Veterans Week coming up here in November, early November, I believe, is when that is. So that
it'll be right around November 11th is always Veterans Day. So it'll be right around that. And we will definitely keep you posted as we get closer, because they will start announcing the things that they have on the calendar for that.
That's right.
Yeah. Also, we want to mention one more time our Branson Bowl week number 9. We are giving away tickets, Chiefs tickets to the game at Arrowhead, which is happening on November 10th against the Broncos. So if you want to go watch the Broncos versus the Chiefs at Arrowhead, make sure that you go to aroundtheozarks.com, click on contest, and then scroll down to Branson Bowl, and you can win a pair of tickets for free to the game. Should be a great time. So, you ready?
All you have to know is the keyword, right?
Are you ready for the keyword, Ethan? Do you remember it?
The keyword is downtown.
There you go. The keyword is downtown. November 10th.
I'll handle
That's the game. You also get some Branson official vacation destination of the Kansas City Chiefs custom gear for winning. So then you have something to wear to the game or to hang on your car, hang on your house, whatever the custom gear is. It varies per winner, but get signed up and somebody's going to win some free tickets.
That'd be a good deal. It's still early in November. It's still warm enough. You won't get frostbite if you go to a game at Arrowhead.
Yeah. Remember last year people got frostbite.
Yeah,
what was
brutal.
that? I don't remember which game it was, but there was a game where like a handful of people, right?
It was it was a playoff game, and it was insanely cold.
Yeah.
Early January.
Yeah, that's not when you want to go. So go now by all means. Okay, well, thanks for joining us. That's all we got. And we hope to see you back here tomorrow morning.
We do indeed. Have a great day. See you.
See ya.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Rescue Towing, Command Family Medicine, and John's Heating and Air. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. It's October 22nd, and we are waking up with temperatures in the 50s this morning. It is going to be another warm day across the Ozarks. Shorts and short sleeves even possible. Kind of cool out there with this morning with temperatures in the mid 50s, but we won't stay here for long. There are a couple of clouds out there this morning, but in large part, today is sunny. Few lucky folks got some rain showers late last night. It's all but gone across the Ozarks, and we are in for a dry day across the region on this Tuesday with temperatures that will climb to the middle 80s. 84 degrees, my forecasted high temperature in Springfield today. So the warmth, it continues. Clouds giving way to sunshine this afternoon, and I'm expecting that it's yet another day with above average temperatures. Most of the rain showers today will be up in northern portions of Missouri. That's where the showers will remain. So not a lot of activity here for us in the Springfield area or much of the Ozarks. We do have a frontal boundary on the way, but it won't take effect until Thursday of this week. That's going to be the day that you notice the cooler weather back in the forecast. Unfortunately, the rain chances that we had last night were about it. And amounts were not very impressive, less than 1/10 of an inch everywhere across the Ozarks. And not everyone was lucky enough to see any rain showers at all. We have high temperatures in the mid-80s today. So this is going to worsen the drought conditions and the above average temperatures that are in the forecast. I also have unseasonably warm to record high temperatures in the forecast, both today and tomorrow. Then we get a cold front to come through. Not enough moisture to get any rain out of that, but it will bring a cool down in the extended forecast. You'll notice a drop in temperatures by Thursday and Friday. Drought conditions. Speaking of those, extreme drought now showing up for southwest Missouri and northwest Arkansas. In the Springfield area, we are seeing severe drought, and then it's abnormally dry for most folks across the Ozarks. Moderate drought from places like Lebanon, all the way back up through Lake of the Ozarks, all the way up to I-70 in central Missouri. It's expanding. What we need is rain, and I feel like a broken record because I just keep saying week after week, it's just not in the cards for us this week. We don't have enough moisture to work with, and we are not going to be seeing a whole lot on the way for us. It will be warm, dry, and calm for the weekend forecast, so a nice fall weekend to get outside. Unfortunately, not a whole lot in the way of rainfall, however. Today, I'm going a high temperature of 84 degrees in Springfield, and it won't be too cold tonight. No threat for frost for us. We'll be back into the mid-50s for overnight lows. I've got high temperatures tomorrow, back up in the low 80s. We'll stay in the mid-80s for highs on Thursday. Then the cooler weather will get here by Friday with highs falling back into the 70s. Maybe a slight chance for a few rain showers on Friday evening, but that's still several days away. So we'll have to see how that pans out. I'm not too hopeful at this point. Around the country, what's making headlines? Well, it's a winter storm that's expected across Alaska. Lots of coastal flooding possible. And for them, it is, yes, a winter storm. Temperatures cold enough to support the snowfall and high winds. The well above average temperatures from the northern tier of the country that I was talking about last week, well, they're sinking south, and that's why we're in the mid-80s in the Ozarks today. We're going to see the southern portion of the country start to get in on a bit of the record high temperatures, and I am expecting that things stay very warm on the warm side of average for us as we head through the course of the afternoon. All right, here's a look at the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. This one, in Greek mythology, who turned all he touched to gold? The options that I gave you were A, King Midas, B, Achilles, C, Odysseus, or D, Zeus. And the popular slogan may have given this one away for me. A, King Midas is the correct answer. Trust the Midas touch, right? It is historically in Greek mythology, King Midas, who is known for his magic touch. All he touched turned to gold. Sounds pretty nice. The story of King Midas is a myth about the tragedy that narrates what happens when true happiness is not recognized. Midas was a man who wished that everything he touched would turn to gold. However, he thought that this wish was not actually going to come true. When it did, he found out this was actually a curse and not the blessing that he had wished for. But A, King Midas is the answer. Congrats if that was your guess. The giveaway, $20 to the Pitch Pizza and Pub. Here's your next chance to win. And it's a 50-50 shot, so why not enter? True or false? Shakespeare never mentions October in any of his plays. Do you think that is true or false? Let me know your guess. You can do that at aroundtheozarks.com. I want to thank our sponsors for sponsoring Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. That's Rescue Towing, Command Family Medicine, and John's Heating and Air. If you need more info, check out the website. We've got a whole weather page there. You can get up to the minute weather information all day long. Also on the website, enter contests, and you'll find the Brain Twister trivia question. It is free to enter, so if you have a guess to today's Brain Twister, head on over to the website. Let us know your guess. I'll be back to chat with you tomorrow morning about this weather pattern. In the meantime, I guess enjoy the mid 80s. Going to feel kind of hot out there if you're going to be in the sun today. I'll be back tomorrow with another check of your forecast.